As we've discussed, your brand is really how your customers feel about you. It's their gut feeling. And one of the key ways to influence that gut feeling, to really connect at a deeper level, is to create an unforgettable story that's conveyed through an adaptive, scalable system. It's the definition of this story and the design of its system that prepare an idea to spread in every possible setting. So let's look at an example of this approach in practice. Citadel is a credit union that was formed 80 years ago in Pennsylvania to serve the workers and families of the Lucan Steel Mill, now one of the state's largest credit unions with $4 billion in assets and 24 branch locations. The organization was looking to build market share by expanding its reach and its relevance in a highly commoditized and competitive environment. So after an in-depth research and strategy phase, we began the work of crystallizing Citadel's brand story and creating the design system for its expression. Our first step was to define the idea that would reside inside the story. We titled it Building Strength, a phrase that really put a name to Citadel's core purpose of empowering its customers. The story that would propel this idea was one of a rise to prosperity powered by Citadel, and it needed to take on the ups and downs of any great narrative. We summarized it this way. Our steely-hearted protagonist works to build a prosperous future, but fears they won't reach their goals. Citadel steps up and provides the unshakable promise, the unstoppable force, and the vision and tools that support their journey. So this would be the general arc of our story, populated by the archetypal roles of the seeker, our customer, who strives for a better future, and the advocate, Citadel, who serves as a catalyst for that positive change. The first step in creating our system was to establish design principles, guideposts for how the brand should look and feel. The three principles were strong, dynamic, and open. We looked to these principles as we approached every creative decision. Additionally, we established a tone of voice, how Citadel would express itself through language, from headlines to tweets. We arrived at confident, real, and optimistic. From here, we designed the elements or piece parts of the system, starting with the logo. This reimagined icon would be the key element representing the brand across all platforms. We saw it as a kind of modern citadel, a source of strength and forward momentum secured in a hexagonal shape, one of nature's most stable geometric forms. You'll see that form echo throughout the system. And the new tagline, Building Strength Together, was in this case a direct reflection of our brand idea. The remaining system elements are a refrain on the same themes, foundational strength and forward movement. Our photography approach celebrates the Philly proud people who Citadel serves. We chose a photojournalistic style here that captures individuals and groups rising to the challenge. The color palette keys on optimistic blues, while providing secondary and tertiary options that are used as accents and functional coding. The typography is strong and bold, with a dynamic ability to flex in different contexts. The pattern language includes a hexagonal repetition and a wave that represents both security and forward motion. The iconography is both easy to understand and uniquely Citadel. Finally, after the system principles and elements were established, we articulated the design language of the system, or how the elements come together to tell the story. This is the interesting part, when patterns interact with photography, and crops of the logo shape frame up key messages. Colors combine to serve both aesthetic and functional purposes, and our tagline serves as a rallying cry for it all. The system elements combine to create consistency, tying the story together in a way that's unmistakable. They form and reform in an adaptive manner, and they scale for any size and any environment. The system combines with a powerful story to influence that gut feeling we call brand. And the feeling we were after? Confidence.